In this video, we're going to connect ServiceNow to Flexera One SaaS Management. This will ensure that we have a feed to track our ServiceNow subscriptions, users, and user activity. To do this, we need to create an application registry within ServiceNow. You also need to make sure you have a ServiceNow account with the admin and SNC_read_only roles applied. Within ServiceNow, in the All menu, type something like OAuth to bring up System OAuth and click on Application Registry. Click on New. And we're going to click on Create an OAuth API endpoint for external clients. And here we only need to provide a name, and the client secret will be generated for us when we submit. But we do need to change the access token lifespan to 14,400. And I'm going to click Submit. If you can't find it on this list, you may need to search for it, but I can see it here. Now at this point, it's a good idea to open Notepad and record the client ID and the client secret. And that's all we need to do in ServiceNow itself. And as you can see here, I have some dummy details in Notepad here, ready to use for when we configure the SaaS connection. Here's where things get a little bit tricky. We need to run a curl command in the Windows command prompt that is essentially a string that will contain all of these details here. So for client ID, you want to paste in the client ID. For the client secret, you want to paste in the client secret, and then the username and password for the ServiceNow account, as well as the full URL for your ServiceNow instance. This first part here is going to be your instance name, which we'll need in a moment. Our documentation contains this curl command for you to use, but it's a good idea to clean it up and essentially make it one string that you can paste into the command prompt. And you should get a token result back that looks like this here. And the part we need is the refresh token, which will look something like this. And using Notepad, I'm collecting all of this information as I go, ready to be used for when we configure the connector. So over back into the Atlas portal, I'm going to go into Settings, and under SaaS Settings, I'm going to go to SaaS Connectors. And under ServiceNow, I'm going to click Add Connector. Now, if you've not yet added a ServiceNow connector, you'll find this under Not Added. But because I already have one existing, Mine is listed under added, and I can simply add another one. So I'm going to click Add Connector. Now this is a link straight to the documentation, which provides step-by-step instructions, which will cover everything in this video if you need to refer to that as well. But we're going to go straight down to Add Connector. I'm going to give the connector a name. And here is where I can paste the details in for my notepad file. The instance name is that first part of the ServiceNow URL, just that first part, not the whole URL itself. And I have some dummy data here to paste in. And I'm going to also take the refresh token. Remember, it's the refresh token part of the returned token result string from when you sent your curl command. That goes into here. Because I've used dummy data, I'm not actually going to save this one, but you would click save at this point. I'm going to back out though. And if everything went well, you would have successfully added the connector. So let's go back to SaaS connectors under settings and added, and you can find your connector on the list. We can click in and perform a test connection, and hopefully you'll see a success. We can also import now. And over in the SaaS module itself, we can go into Applications and search for ServiceNow. And if I click in, my vendor license doesn't have much in the way of subscriptions at all, but hopefully this is enough for you to see that we have successfully connected our ServiceNow instance to Flexera One SaaS Management. Thank you for watching.